Welcome to RickRackRuby. I'm Laura Cluvo. Today we will make this charm square angel ornament. She coordinates beautifully with our jelly roll ornaments. So let's get started because you can make this. Here's a snow day charm pack. These are 42 5-inch squares. An ideal situation would be to have 14 pairs of matching squares and then 14 individual squares. So let's see what we have in this pack. So we have 14 pairs and 14 single individual. Now it's just a matter of matching up the pairs with the singles. I don't think you can go wrong. They all go with one another. I've chosen these fabrics for the first angel. I will seam these together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Press the seam to the dark fabric, which would be in this case to the center. I will sew this flat lace to the hem of the dress. I'm going to place this I'm going to leave about a 1/4 inch right there. I'm not going to fold it up. I'm not going to hem it. I'm just going to top stitch this. And I will use a narrow zigzag. Now I'm going to fold this over and sew the back seam. I will secure this with a pin right here just to make sure my lace matches up. This is my 20mm face. I have described and demonstrated this in a previous video. In fact, this is, I believe, one of the ones that I made in that video. I have two approximately 18-inch lengths of 6-inch wide tulle, about an 18-inch length of 1/16 inch wide ribbon, satin ribbon, double face satin ribbon. I'm going to fold that over, tie it in the center, the square knot. I'm going to thread the ends of the ribbon through the head bead from the bottom to the top. I'll pull that through until I can just see the tulle or the knot at the top of her head. I'm going to tie off the ends of the ribbon, trim them, and then I will add a drop of hot glue, just a drop, and I'm going to be sure that that winds up at the back of the head, and I kind of wipe off anything that's excess. I don't want to make it difficult to sew through. And there's the hanging loop, the head, and the slip. Now I will gather up the dress, Starting at the back, I like to fold over that little seam allowance there and secure the knot. This is a doubled strand of quilting thread. The knot in the end. I like to use a thimble to push everything through. I'm just sewing through. I'm gathering through a single layer of fabric all the way around the dress. I like to use a thimble. I know not everyone does. Just go all the way around. The stitches don't have to be too small. You're not quilting. You're just gathering. This is an easy project. Then when I reach the seam at the back, I'm done. So there it is gathered. I'm not going to tie it off yet because I need to insert the doll, insert the angel, and then pull it tight, making sure that that center front fabric is right at the center front. Wrap around the neck a few times and sew back and forth to secure. Then I'm going to knot it off at the back. I will trim off the excess tulle at the bottom. And she looks like this. This is about a 15-inch length of 5/8 inch wide white flat lace, and I'm going to gather that up to fit around her neck like a collar. Once it's gathered, I will just secure it around her neck. Pull it tight, secure it in the back, she needs some hair. For the hair, I'm going to do this figure 8 technique, which you may have seen before. Just go ahead and skip past it if you know what I'm doing. I'm going to hold the end, leave a long tail, hold the end of the yarn with these two fingers. Then I'm going to wrap these two in a figure 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I leave a nice long tail. Then I go around the center of the bundle, right in the middle of the 8. Tie it off 2 times, like this. I call it her wig sometimes. And the second one the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tie it off. So I have 2 little bundles. I'm going to start with the back of her head. Squeeze out some glue. And then press the bundle with the top, the center at the top of the head. Kind of arrange the loops on the back. Cover the back of her head, and then trim off these extra tails. Add a touch more glue there. So the back of her head looks kind of like this. And now the front of her head is similar but a little more careful. Put the glue just on the top, right next to the knot of the hanging loop. Pull down these tails in the front in the front, right over her face. They'll become her bangs. And then these bundles are going to get a little twist toward the back, like this. Twist toward the back. A little bit of glue right here. Twist and press into the glue. Same thing here. A line of glue right here along the side of her face. Twist and press. Then these tails become her bangs, so I trim them off pretty short. Trim them off and then make any adjustments. Now let's do her halo. This is 20 gauge gold wire. I'll cut off about 2 inches. I use my thimble to get a nice round shape. Turn the ends toward the middle like this. And then a drop of glue on each end. And then I'm going to glue each end. There's her halo. Now she is going to have a little decoration right here underneath her chin. This is just baker's twine. I'm going to sew it through here, right through the lace. Just a little stitch. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to tie an overhand knot into each end of the twine because it easily unravels. I'm going to add a little decoration. This can be anything. Here are a couple of options for wings. This red one with the white flowers or the holly leaves. I think I like the holly leaves. The wings are cut from scrapbook paper, actually cardstock, on a die cutting machine, about a 5-inch, any kind of a round or scalloped shape. Folded in half and zigzagged. And I'm going to call her done.